Hello everyone, welcome in. It's so good to see you. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. I hope it's treating you well so far. I hope it continues to, and I'm so glad that you're here with me. So if you are new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you are watching this on the replay, hello from the past. You will have just as much fun and healing a time as if you were here live. But if you would like to join us live, go ahead and check that description box below. You'll see all the regular days and times that I stream here on YouTube. You can also see links to my community Discord, crystal shop, social media, and information on all of my live in-person, live online Reiki classes. I did a whole bunch of tarot readings for people for about 3.5 hours earlier, and I think my mouth has been a little bit tired. I'm so grateful to all of you that showed up. That was so much fun. So yeah. All of that information is linked in the description box below. If you're here live, go ahead and click the live chat button and feel free to make any requests that you have for your personal healing. As much as you're comfortable sharing in, a group setting, you can set the actual requests or request crystals, because we will be building a beautiful crystal grid to support the healing wishes of everyone that is here today. And after about 45 minutes or so of building that beautiful grid, we will transition into a Reiki session. So you'll just lay down, get comfy wherever you happen to be, and I will send healing to you over a beautiful soundtrack. If you'd like to skip ahead to the healing, cool. Go ahead, if you're watching this in the future, and just scroll on over to where you see the lights begin to dip down, or to the channel break if I've had a chance to put that in. And you can just enjoy the Reiki from wherever you happen to be. So let's dive on into the chat, say hello to everyone, and get started. It's so good to see you all. Apologies for the mix-up at the starting. Somehow it's Mercury retrograde. The event somehow was listed as private. I'm glad I noticed it. So it's great to see you all again. We've got Chris and DJ Offset and Korakar and Future Someone. It's so good to see you all. So glad you made it in here. And let's see. Good to have new folks too. So let's see. Danielle, kittens, and Reiki community. Absolutely. We've got one kitten sleeping on the bed. Oh, 2 kittens sleeping on a bed. Oh, awesome. And yes, happy 2023 to all. So yeah. Oh, Blue Sky, Allison. Good to see you all coming in. Yeah, sorry that the event wasn't showing. Somehow I managed to set it to private, or Mercury retrograde did. Whatever. We're here now. So let's go ahead and start building this crystal grid. As usual, we're starting out with some copper to get the energy moving, to break up any blockages. And we've got, please send some healing to your left side. Absolutely. And happy 2023 indeed. So healing to your left side. Absolutely. Let us know if there's like tissue, aches, pains. I'm trying to think. I know what we can do. Going to bring in some celestite, and we're also going to bring in I feel the howlite was the first thing that popped to mind. So, as well as lapis, because I know that that's going to come in anyway, and I feel like let's do it. Hey, Key and Patty, Happy New Year. So good to see you all. Okay, so first we're going to bring in celestite, which helps with all matter of physical pain. It's also fantastic for connecting with your angels. Also with discerning, like if you're having trouble deciding if what you're feeling is like intuition saying like, hey, danger, or if it's just like a fear that's not necessarily warranted or based in anything, and you're just trying to suss out like what the source of that warning is, this can be really helpful. And we've got, so that'll help with pain. Lapis helps with pain and inflammation. So I'm hoping that this will help DJ offset. It also helps with integrity, honesty, openness, moving on in your career, integrity, and working with other people who come from a place of integrity as well. It can also help things like taking personal responsibility, helping to overcome disorganization, and it's even used by some to help with balance. So if you're having difficulties with vertigo or anything, give this a shot. And howlite. Howlite helps with bones and joints, as well as anything having to do with teeth, bones, hair, fingernails. It's also a superb stone, not just for joints, but the actual bones themselves, but it's also a superb stone for anger and resentment, also frustration to a point. But anytime we have a lot of anger and frustration and we're finding it difficult to work through whatever's causing that, this is a stone that helps us to kind of like de-escalate it, see what needs to be addressed so we can deal with whatever the source of the anger or resentment happens to be. So that's some howlite. And I hope that that helps, and I'm glad that you're here. Okay, gotcha. Yay, happiest of New Year's. I'm feeling good after all the tarot readings. My mouth is a little like worn out, but my brain is good. My energy's good. I drank like a whole mason jar of water. Let's see. Support for Greg and Susan on health and materialization, Vincent understanding wealth, Patty return to the cat, and zest for life, your mother prosperity, and your father's colon cancer. You got it. Rhodochrosite quartz helps to direct energy exactly where it needs to go, and as such it's thought to be very helpful for people who are struggling with cancer, regardless of where it might be, stage, how it's being treated, just kind of getting all of those healing treatments to focus on exactly what needs the treatment. Also, this is a helpful stone for gaining energy, feeling physically energized. It helps us avoid being run down. And also, if we happen to have been sick or undergoing some kind of treatment and it's worn us down, this helps us to regain our physical energy. It also helps to balance mind and body and focus the mind as well. Hopped away from my hand there. So there we go. There's rutilated. We've also got prosperity for your mom, and the first stone that popped to mind for that was pyrite. The fool's gold brings the real gold. It's also helpful for intuition and for protection. So it helps you to get a clearer sense of the messages coming through while also feeling safe and protected. It does help things like fever and the lungs. It's also helpful for the memory. A lot of folks use it for that, as well as helping the body to make the most of the Reiki that you're getting. So we'll go ahead and we'll put some of this here. Cool. And return of Patty's cat. Zest for life. I feel like today we're going to do some Bumblebee Jasper for that. Bumblebee Jasper does have arsenic in it, so be careful. This is a stone that helps to really take the energy of the solar plexus, which is your center of self, personal identity, and free will, and gives it a strong, swift bunch of energy to like push you forth, help to take your sense of self, your ideas, your drive and motivation, and move forward in life. So absolutely love it. We're going to bring that in. So Bumblebee Jasper, very enlivening energy. Helps to bring back definitely the pep in your step and wanting to get back into the swing of things and into life. Jet, in addition to helping attract lost animals, it is helpful for grief. This is wood that's been fossilized through usually volcanic activity, if not very, very, very hot fire. But essentially it helps us to be with our grief and process it without being overwhelmed by it or just completely numb to it. It keeps us from bypassing it, but allows us to be with the things that we need to process, think through, and grieve. So it's a helpful grief stone. We'll put that there for now. And that is Jet. And Holly, welcome in. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, just seeing what we have coming up. And I did get to all the readings that were in the live stream. So if you happen to miss your reading and it was done after you had to leave, just go ahead and watch the video. It's already archived and I did the reading for you. So we've also got Vincent Understanding Wealth, Greg and Susan, Health and Materialization. Herkimer is what we usually use for them. So manifesting. This helps with manifesting in a more community-centric way. Not just like the secret kind of way, which is like, universe, give me what I want. It's more like, okay, universe, this is what I want and need. And I hope that this lands with everyone else right. You know, lots of love and blessings to everybody that is touched by this manifestation. Allow me to be in the best balance with everyone else. It makes things much more spiritually minded. It's also incredibly helpful for connecting with the present moment and just being able to be present in the here and now, which also really helps with manifestation. To actually be able to appreciate where you are in this moment really helps how we look at manifesting. Also helps to balance discordant energies. It supports healthy metabolism and it opens up intuition. So we'll bring in Herkimer Diamond. We've got, and for Vincent to better understand wealth, Amazonite in self-respect. And for those of us who tend more to being caregivers than care receivers, it helps to remind us that self-care is super needed, that we need to take care of ourselves and we need to refill that glass so that we can fill the glasses of others, but also in a much bigger way, that we deserve no less than all of the beautiful ways in which we support other people, that we are worthy of support and we're worthy of being paid what we're worth too. This is also helpful for any kind of spinal nerve issues and also issues of the spine. This helps with also things like hospice and childcare, like coming to terms with things that maybe didn't end the way we wanted them to, as well as also really helpful for calming, like very, very calming, especially when you really need it. So let's go ahead and bring this in. So Amazonite, which can look a lot of different ways. There we go. So that's Amazonite. And yeah, so then we will go on to 503. I reached 500 just before New Year's, so I hit my goal. Thank you, everyone. Oh, thank you, Martha. Happy New Year to you, too. Oh, absolutely. Appreciate you too, DJ Asset. Okay. Charmy, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. So good to see you. Happy New Year. Okay, so next we have healing for your sister, John. Low metabolism, Herkimer Diamond helps with that. Smoking cessation, financial abundance, Kundalini awakening. And you got all the crystals with it. Awesome. So hematite, peridot, iolite, rutilated. Hematite helps to clear energy from the body, especially on the physical level, like when we're working through something. This is usually thought of like in historical context, this is written about even before the Bible. Hematite was connected, it thought, with clearing the blood because it's largely comprised of iron. So when it opens up, when it's not polished like this, you'll actually see a lot of red. It looks like it has blood in it. But this is very much thought to connect us to the ground and allow the energy that we're releasing to connect to the ground and be purged. So it's very grounding. Also, it's very physically heavy because it does have an iron content. So yeah, so we'll bring that in. Very, very grounding. Helps us to clear that energy. Peridot helps with breaking up bad habits and cycles that aren't serving you any longer. And it helps to reestablish and affirm friendships that support you in those good patterns that replace the old ones. So this is peridot, a stone of friendship and new ways of living our lives that are more balanced. Iolite helps with everything from weight loss to sleep disturbances, especially if that's connected to intuitive and not being grounded. This is also helpful for any kind of shamanic work or psychopomp work, which Korakar has requested help with recently. That kind of work is like visionary meditation in a way. So this helps us to kind of see spiritual images a little bit better. So here is iolite. We also have Herkimer already, blue kyanite, sapphire, aragonite. Sapphire is a potent stone of connecting with spiritual messages and also with explaining what's coming through. So if you're doing any kind of channeling, tarot reading, anything like that, and you want to take the messages you're getting and translate them for someone else, this can be an incredibly helpful stone. It is very powerful. So if you're not used to grounding your own energy, work with that first, and or work with some grounding stones when you work with this. And that's blue sapphire. Okay. Blue kyanite helps us to better understand the spiritual messages that we get. It also helps us to accept ourselves exactly as we are and can help with neurological care. It's thought to help people who've survived stroke, especially where the areas of the brain that were impacted impact mobility and or speech. So blue kyanite. And aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite. This is two types of calcite in the same specimen. And essentially, aragonite helps with healing physical body on all levels. And especially with the root chakra and with the earth star chakra, which helps connect us to enacting our soul's purpose, like actually being able to take the steps and walk forward in our spiritual purpose. The Caribbean blue calcite helps with opening up and balancing the crown chakra, the soul star chakra, our spiritual higher purpose, connection to divinity, collective consciousness, all that is. And in that, it can help connect us to enlightenment, which would be the balancing of the lower chakras, the balancing of the upper chakras, allowing the energy centers between the two to flow more freely and more openly and in a more measured and manageable way. This allows the Kundalini energy that's coiled at the base of the spine to move more evenly and flow up and down. So this is absolutely a stone you want to work with if you're working with the movement of Kundalini energy. And we're going to go ahead and bring that. Let's bring that right here, at least for now. Okay, cool. Aqua Aura. And that's that. So Aqua Aura is a stone that's it's clear quartz that's been processed in a man-made process using gold. Excuse me as I kind of reposition here. This is thought to help depression, seasonal affective disorder, things like that. We here have found it to be really helpful. I found it to be helpful. It's certainly not a replacement for any of the other things I do for depression, but it helps. So we have it here. We'll go ahead and we'll place this in the middle as well. Or at least let's place it here for now and see where it goes. And thank you for being here, Chris. Sister-in-law, shadow self, self-harm, healing old wounds, moving forward. Gotcha. Okay, so let's do... Let's do two for this. So the first is blue apatite. This one helps with not only spiritual communication, like blue, we often think of the throat. This really helps with like a deeper truth, and also with understanding our own truth, like speaking the truth to ourselves. This is a stone that can help with food cravings and any kind of compulsion, including like self-harm, things like that, gambling, stuff like that. But also even disordered eating patterns and stuff along those lines. So this can help on either side of eating, whether it's kind of binging or whether it's the restriction side. Either way, this is a really supportive stone. Of course, again, supports. It's not meant to replace anything else. But this can be very helpful for things like compulsions. So we'll do that. We will also bring in some Lemurian quartz, some blue mist Lemurian quartz, no less. This helps with healing the past in a really powerful way, whether it's past life, this life, or both. This is definitely spiritual self-healing, learning about yourself, as well as past emotional pain, including childhood stuff that's happened in this life. So, yeah, spiritual self-learning. So hopefully this will help and be supportive in some way. Let's see. Let's do... Maybe let's just do two of these. Yeah, let's do that. So we leave plenty of room. So yeah, let's do that for Lemurian quartz. I hope that helps. And Sparking energy, motivation, healing lethargy and fatigue. Absolutely. Yay. Yeah, this is a gift from Cora, Carr, and Vincent, so thank you. The next request was for... Yeah, so energy, motivation, healing lethargy and fatigue. Absolutely. There's a couple of good ones for that. First, I want to get to you had a request for healing with a narcissistic parent, so I wanted to bring out Rhodochrosite. This helps the mother-child bond, but it also just helps parent-child bond in any kind of way. It also helps with telepathy, connecting with your ancestors, and even deceased pets if that's what you're looking to connect with. But definitely helps with inner child work, any kind of lack of parent kind of thing. Whether it's they physically weren't there, emotionally weren't there, however that worked out. This can also help things like a stress headache, and it's got some suggestions that it can also help with asthma. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Let's see, lethargy. I know I've got the perfect one. Yeah, let's go ahead with, I feel like this is the best one. Let's go ahead with carnelian. This can definitely help, like apathy to lethargy, either or in between. It's also great for relationships in general, so this can help with that stuff too. But this is thought to be, because it's related very much to the sacral chakra, we think of it often with relationships to physical relationships, sexual relationships, fertility, things like that, sexuality, which it does, but it's also how we relate to each other in a very fundamental human way. So any kind of relationship, colleagues, coworkers, family, friends, etc. All of those kind of work with this stone too. This can help with everything from cold and allergies to just sort of harmonizing energy within groups, especially that are maybe a little out of sync or out of balance, and attracting our soulmate, a spiritual relationship, anything like that. But yeah, apathy, laziness, lethargy also reflected here in Bumblebee Jasper. And I hope that helps. I'm glad that you're here. Hidden blessings. Yeah. I'm going to bring in the jade. So just give me a moment to kind of move this. So nephrite jade is sacred to many peoples, from the indigenous people of South and Central America to china. Let's see, can I wiggle you in here? Ooh. And it has the power of so many blessings. It's good fortune in all the ways that we would think good fortune, but also just blessings in every aspect of life. And so when someone says, you know, hidden blessings, the first thing that comes to mind is something like jade. So just let me iron this out a little bit. Bear with me a moment. Whoop. Making room. I often think of jade and nephrite jade as being like what you would give someone as like a high school or college graduation or a wedding gift. It's like the blessing in all the ways kind of stone. There we go. So that's nephrite jade. We also have lapis, which is there, amazonite, which is there, mahogany obsidian, and red tiger eye. Mahogany obsidian is one that I feel like it's often overlooked in crystal healing and like wellness. This is a stone that helps us with that striving for perfectionism, like when we feel like it's not good enough, I can't let it go, kind of thing. Like, no, it's not done yet, and then it's been years and it's like it's still not done yet, kind of thing. But it's also on a deeper level for people that feel like they need to be personally tied to how people view the thing. It helps to separate our ego from the thing, and it also helps us with that idea of validation, that we're seeking validation, and until we get that validation from whomever is going to give it to us, we're not valid. And this helps us to be reminded that, we're more than that. We're more than the things we put out, and done something is better than a perfect nothing. So this is mahogany obsidian. And red tiger eye is highly protective. Everything from nitpicking and triangulation and bullying all the way to really malevolent spiritual work. It also helps us to manifest financial abundance, especially in a hurry. There we go. Thank you for being here, both of you. And future someone. Hey, welcome in, Maria. Let's see, we've got... so for future someone, I don't have Dragonstone, unfortunately. Well, I have, Dragon's Blood or Dragonstone, because I have Septarian. So I'll bring in Septarian. Or I did have Septarian? Where did it go? I have one piece. It's not the best example, but this is septarian, which often will look like a dinosaur egg. So sometimes, or a dragon's egg, sometimes it's called dragonstone. This one helps with really growing emotional maturity. So whenever we're going through something or we have like a cycle that keeps repeating, it helps us to not only learn the lesson, but also to really fold it into our sense of self. So it becomes part of how we act, how we integrate, how we create, give and take with other people. It's also learning a lot about what goes on in the solar plexus chakra. So the solar plexus is our sense of self and free will, but we want to make sure we're not stepping on others, and we want to make sure that they're not stepping on us. So this helps with balancing that. And yeah, I don't know where my other specimens of this went. Awesome. And we've got pyrite. We have fire agate. I forgot to grab that. I'm so sorry. Pyrite, I don't have. Jets there. Apache tear, blue lace, serpentine. So the black obsidian we have happens to be Apache tear. Apache tear is always black obsidian, and black obsidian is not always Apache tear. So this is like shock, trauma, also grief, like deep, deep grief. And also is thought to be very, very highly protective. So this is the like worst case scenario type stone, but also moving through grief that is going to change your outlook and purview and path in life. It's also great, like I said, for nervous pets and very protective. So let's bring this in. Sorry I don't have so many of those. I'll check in about getting pyrite though. Let's do this here. There we go. Okay. And serpentine is helpful for diabetics, hypoglycemics, for like blood sugar in general. Also fantastic for calcium and magnesium deficiency. I tend to struggle with that. It's also great for muscle weakness. I struggle with that too. Trance meditation. So if you're doing any kind of like a psychopomp work, this can be helpful too, as well as things in the skin, especially autoimmune stuff in the skin, like eczema, psoriasis, rashes, even nervous rashes too. So this is serpentine. We've got blue lace agate, which helps with anything that has to do with the throat, especially communication of things that are really sensitive, whether it's sensitive for you to speak on it or it's sensitive for the other person to hear and you're looking to be as sensitive as possible around it. It helps with conveying really repressed emotions. Also thought to be really helpful for skin allergies too, but sore throat in general, arthritis, and even fractures. It does have, a lot of folks talk about it having a slight affinity to the bones. So that's blue lace agate. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some around here, because I feel like so many people are going through sore throats and things. This is not a bad stone to work with. And thank you for being here. Yeah, if you can think of any other stones you want me to use in place, let me know. Okay, and loneliness, clarity and growth after the end of a relationship, and for recovery from a persistent respiratory infection in both of your parents. Oh, and you're so welcome for doing this. Thank you for thinking. Yeah, definitely for loneliness, clarity and growth after the end of a relationship. The septarian can really help with that, but also rhodonite. It's an excellent stone for breakups, and also for grief. The grief around the breakup, the grief of even losing someone too. But this helps with overcoming the breakup. It helps with being able to process it. It helps with unrequited love. If you still love the person, they don't love you back. It's also a stone that really helps with actually the lungs. It's another lung stone. So it sounds like this is kind of in alignment with both of the things that you asked for. It also helps with anybody who has struggled with being belittled, even if it's like a little bit and you've internalized it, all the way up to like certain types of emotional abuse. Rhodonite can be really helpful for that. For your parents, for the upper respiratory infection too, I want to add another stone that we've used the last couple sessions, and that's moss agate. This really helps with things that are like spreading through the body or have spread through the body that just don't want to leave. It's thought to help like systemic kind of illnesses, whether it's like bacteria, fungus, viral, all of the above. It's helpful for all of those things. So we'll bring this in too. And I feel like, I do see some clients in person, and I did not see anyone in person in December because one, people were busy, and two, the people who did schedule, they all ended up getting sick at the last minute. So strange as it is, I didn't end up seeing anyone in person this month. And I hope that that helps, and all the best to you, and Happy New Year. Intention is for So Charmy. It's for letting go of the opinions of others so it isn't relevant anymore, and opening your heart to people and experiences that align with your highest self. I love that. Happy New Year. That's a great intention. Definitely letting go of the opinions of others and the attachment to them is mahogany obsidian for sure. So that's here. But also for opening up for experiences that align with you and who you are. There's a couple stones in there that I kind of have mentioned as we've gone through it, but I also want to bring out chrysocolla. This couldn't be a more perfect New Year's stone for sure. Chrysocolla helps us to make decisions that are in better alignment with our highest good. And so it's very encouraging of you to make the choices that help support that. It is deeply encouraging and uplifting and supportive of you as you make those decisions. It's a very heartwarming stone. It's also helpful for finding new ways of expressing emotions and feelings and just expressing yourself. So if you need a way to like let go of some of the feelings that are coming up around this might help you find a new practice like journaling or dancing or meditating or yoga or whatever it might be for you. So yeah, here we go. So chrysocolla, I'm going to go ahead and put that right by the mahogany obsidian. And all the best to you as you follow your own spiritual path. Congratulations and Happy New Year. Hey, W, welcome in. Rhodochrosite. If not, add yellow jasper. I do have yellow jasper. I definitely have yellow jasper. And let me know what and how you all do with yellow jasper. I absolutely adore it. I feel like it's a really grounding stone of the solar plexus, finding the sense of self and feeling connected to earth. It's like feeling a sense of stability and safety within myself from which to like stand up and say, this is me, this is what I want to do. It also really helps. It helps for people who struggle with ego too, whether it's too little, too much, or just in the wrong places. This is one that can help you to feel more, understand who you are and coming from that place. You're very welcome. But yeah, I love it. It's a very grounding, earthy stone that relates to the solar plexus. And I adore it for that. So let's go ahead and do... For now, let's leave that there. And I love all the like yellows and pinks. And I hope that that helps. Yeah, multitasking stones are great, Holly. You're so welcome, Maria. I'm so glad that that reading felt nice for you. Staying grounded, protection and taking action, staying embodied during times of stress and nervousness. Yellow jasper, definitely. Also, garnet. This is definitely like stability in times of intense change and moving forward. It does help with taking action, and also with taking action in a way that like you can get not only courage, but also not just like running forward with courage, but really being thoughtful and mindful of it. Like, what's the best way to do this? How am I best to take care of all the different details? Being organized, being methodical, but not in a bad way, if that makes sense. Also with being just sort of practical, good time management, good scheduling. This helps with all like the managerial Capricornish stuff. So yeah, courage, finding balance throughout all of that, but definitely helps you to feel motivated and grounded to step forward into your soul's purpose. So that is garnet. And remember, that's a Capricorn stone. We're in Capricorn season. We have a Capricorn new moon that'll be happening later this month. Before that, we have a Cancer full moon, and that's on the 6th, I believe. Actually, let's do that here in front of the kyanite. There's garnet, and there's one more. I think we're good. Oh, and prehnite, angelite, picture jasper. Angelite is, as the name would suggest, connection to our angels. Helps us to feel their presence around us, get their guidance, know that they're surrounding us and they're with us. Helps us to step into our highest purpose, because in my experience, that's how the angels work with us. Definitely very connected to the energy practice of integrated energy therapy, which is another type of energy work that I work with besides Reiki. So we'll bring this in. We have picture jasper, helps us to envision the path forward ahead of us. So this really allows our soul star chakra to kind of brainstorm and see like what even is the possibilities and start to get a vision of them so that we can start moving towards them. I absolutely love picture jasper. It always, like, especially the bigger pieces, it looks like a scene in the desert. Really pretty stone. Yeah, that feels better there. mess, y'all. Making a mess. There we go. A pre-night helps us to learn our spiritual lessons. It also helps us to set really good boundaries, especially if we need to stand up and say no to an unfair demand. This can help us with that. It also helps with meditation, especially if you struggle with a wandering mind during meditation, and with lucid dreaming or any kind of visionary meditation. But yeah, anytime you want to learn a spiritual technique or teach it, this is a superb stone to call on. So we'll put this one here and that one there. There we go. Awesome. I love bringing out picture Jasper. Thank you for requesting it. Add a crystal for bringing in clients to your Facebook group. Yeah. Absolutely. So let's, Cora Carr. You're lactose intolerant and find that yellow jasper is great aftercare for stomach and bowel issues. I didn't know that. That sounds amazing. Okay, really cool. I often use for that, because I have celiac disease and sometimes I accidentally get glutened, though obviously the last few years, not a lot of restaurants or going out places and eating in groups. So that hasn't had a lot of chance for that. The moo kite can help with calming the digestive tract down a little bit. So, but that's cool. I will try that next time. Helping the physical aches and pains and swellings, not holding the energy of others. Gotcha. Calling in clients to your Facebook group. We'll also put this in for, I'll put this in for Susan as well to attract clients. For me, for Jennifer, for all of us that have clients. Cinnabar is a superb stone for calling in customers to any business. This has long been called the merchant stone. Be very careful. It is mercury. In fact, the only parts of this specimen that are cinnabar, truly, are the little red spots. It's pretty toxic, so we try to work with it minimally. So we'll bring that here. In fact, put that there for now. We'll put the 2 yellow stones in the middle, and we'll see what else comes up for requests. All the best with your group. Physical aches. We have celestite, which helps with physical aches. But I might have something else to add too. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Fire quartz, absolutely. And some swelling, okay. Fire quartz, aches, pain, swelling, not holding the energy of others. Gotcha. So first we're going to bring in for the pain and the swelling and stuff. I wanted to bring in emerald, which we don't usually use all that often. This also helps bronchitis, lungs, and upper respiratory infections, which I just remembered, and I know that someone had requested that. So this will help that too. But yeah, this is one that helps heal all the skin and the tissue. It also gives you a passion for your work and your love life. It it reinvigorates that if you feel apathy towards it. It can also help confidence in anyone that's been that feels less than confident because has been made to feel less than confident because of their weight, or isn't confident because of their weight due to being picked on or singled out or treated poorly, anything like that. Anytime that you've been made to feel less than for an appearance or anything, emerald can help like warm the heart and help you build your sense of self-compassion back again. So this is a good one for that. So let's bring this in. So emerald. And fire quartz is clear quartz that was near iron when it was forming. So that's what gives it this red. Sometimes it'll be more red, sometimes it'll be less red. But this helps give it a burst of a lot of energy, and it helps to enliven and reawaken the root chakra to get us going out there, to help our fear and safety center feel satiated and like we want to get up, get going, and get moving into our soul's purpose. So let's do I like that. And for clearing the energy of other people, let's do some beautiful Dalmatian Jasper. This is black tourmaline, which helps to repel less than great energy for us. It helps break it up and clear it from our field. It looks like spots, but through these stones, there are actually rods of black tourmaline running through the white jasper. This helps to clear our energy field, all of the aura, and just kind of let things go that we no longer need. So whether it's our energy that we're letting go of, somebody else's energy we're letting go of, if it's both, if we're not sure, it doesn't matter which it is. It will absolutely help. It's a stone that you can keep around you for long periods of time. And when you do clear it, you can use anything on it, but I usually use selenite to clear energy off of stones. So yeah. I love this. Future someone, Cora Carr, follow your heart is the best brand of vegan cheese I've found so far, but it's definitely not cheese. Christinilla, the Facebook group is the Angels and Universe Answers to My Prayers. Oh, I love it. I would think about joining, but I'm so not on Facebook. I'm sorry. But all the best with it, and all the best to you. That sounds really cool. So yeah, let's dive into the healing. Normally I would say like, hey, let's pick a couple of stones and we'll vote, but we've got a pretty packed house and we're running a little late. We did start a little late. So let's go ahead. We'll use this opportunity we usually do gratitudes. Let's put some positivity into the next year. We'll put a blessing out to the year ahead. You can say that as a thank you for this, or even like, I wish this for everyone, or anything like that. Think of something positive that you can send out there to yourself, to someone else, to society, to the world in general, like abundance and success or whatever it might be. And we'll go ahead. Yeah, that was funny. We'll go ahead. Y'all do that in the chat. I will go ahead and quickly explain what Reiki is for those of you who are new to the concept. And if you get a chance, please like the stream. That really helps the numbers out, and consider subscribing. So I will quickly explain what all of this is, and I will be right back. And oh yeah, Heart absolutely knows the local and some other good vegan stuff for sure. So I will be right back. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I've been teaching Usui Reiki for about 14 years. If you'd like to learn more about my online Reiki classes, community Discord, social media, or crystal shop, check out the links in the description below. So what is Usui Reiki? So this style of Reiki, or energy healing, comes from a gentleman named Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan. Now, Reiki has become kind of a catch-all term for energy healing. This particular style or method is not so ancient. It's more like an antique, At the same time, it's based on very ancient principles. So Mikao Usui was born in Japan in 1856. He's definitely well versed in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan. And this is where the very foundation of the practice comes from. What the concept of energy is really comes from the Shinto understanding that everything is interconnected and everything has a soul. So all of this soul energy is interconnected, and we have energy flowing between and betwixt all of us. There are forces at play within that are supportive of us, but don't belong to any one person, and all of our bodies and souls work with. One of these is a spiritually guided soul energy or life energy, and that's Reiki. That's what it roughly translates to. It's thought that basically this energy is what's flowing through us all right now. It's what's helping us to do everything that we do. Our body, mind, and spirit work with it all the time to help support our greatest good and our greatest healing. Just like we are mostly made of water and don't really think about it, but it's so necessary for everything that our body does, yet we can't really control what our body does with that water through our intellectual processes. It's a natural process that happens in the subconscious, and just the cells know what to do. Much the same way with Reiki. We don't really think about energy in our culture very much, but it's nonetheless there. It's flowing through us, it's a part of us, and our body, mind, and spirit know exactly how to use it for our highest good. What I'll be doing today is using Mikao Usui's techniques and system to connect to that energy and direct more of it to you, to support your body, mind, and spirit to do even more of what it already does so well for you. You can set any intentions for your healing if you have already, great, or at any time during the healing, just bring it to mind what you would like the energy to support and let it go. But you don't have to have any intention. Just morbid curiosity is a great reason to get some Reiki. And what do you do during the session? Whatever you'd like, but I generally suggest you just get as physically comfortable as you can, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just see what the session has in store for you. You might feel things coming up in like sensations in your physical body. You may get feelings or emotions coming up or being released. You may have some fruitful dialogue or have your subconscious speak to you, and you may have a more spiritual connection and even get some intuitions that come through. Or you might just have a really great nap, and that's great too. It's probably going to be a combination of some semblance of all of these great things. But you don't have to do anything. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You can simply be. If you're not sure if your mind is racing or if it's actually fruitful dialogue or what have you, just take a deep breath in and out. Also works if you get distracted or something, wakes you up. And then just come back into the session. I will send Reiki to all of you for 25 minutes, during which I will turn the lights down. They will not flash or strobe, so you're good there. I will turn the music up if you'd like to learn about our musical creator. All of her information is linked in the description below as well. And as I send, it doesn't matter where you are in relation to me because we're all interconnected. It also doesn't matter when you are in relation to me. So if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, you're going to be able to receive the healing just the same way as you would if you were here live. But if you would like to join me live, the days and times are linked in the description below. And for those of you who are here live, if you ever would like a little bit of Reiki healing and I'm not live, go ahead to the past live streams playlist and pick one out. I always put a picture of the crystal grid in the front so you can see one that seems to resonate with you, and you can either listen to all of the crystals at the beginning or zip forward to this point in the video where I'll either have a chapter mark or you can just zip ahead until you see the lights begin to shift and just relax and enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. And again, if you want to learn more about me, one-on-one distance sessions or tarot readings, you can book those at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So thank you so much for being here and enjoy your session. Ooh, that's pretty. It's a little jumbled at the bottom, but that's okay. Let's actually do... I'm going to be a total perfectionist here, but why not? It's the first of the year. And I'm going to do... There we go. I'm telling you, I do not have big fingers, but if ever there was something that was going to convince me I did, it would be this. There we go. Okay. So, thank you all so much for being here. I wish you all abundant blessings and warmth, positivity, good fortune, balance, good health, ease, relaxation, love, and support in this new year and forever on. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your session, and I will see you in 25 minutes. You'll know that the session has come to an end because you'll hear my voice welcoming you back. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly start to move and bend and come back to your body. Thank you all so much for being here today. It was an honor and a pleasure as always. And for those of you that made the tarot live, that was so much fun to hang out with all of you. You're so welcome, Grace and Highland Love, and yes, all the love in the chat. Everyone sending love for the new year. And for those of you who did catch the kitten pause, yes, there was a Hattie blessed the grid. Yeah. Thank you for blessing the grid, little bun bun. Yeah, it sounds like the Eagles won outside. I'm not sure. I hope that's what I'm hearing. You're so welcome. It's okay. There'll be another tarot live. We had so much fun. Thank you so much. Oh, and Gigi, you had asked for ones for hair and nails. Howlite was in there. You're welcome. You're welcome, Charmy and Maria. And yeah, this is a beautiful group. Thank you. I can use it, Key and Patty. Thank you. Same back to you as well. Yeah, she's got like, they both have like this coloring on their front that does kind of look like they're wearing a sweater. You're welcome. Yeah, they're currently having grooming time. I finished crocheting a blanket, which they were no help in because they kept chewing through the yarn as I was trying to crochet with it. When I finally finished it, they claimed it for their own, so they love it. You're so welcome, future someone. Thank you for the flexibility on using substitute stones. Oh, Heart, we have a grindcore house out here in West as well. It's right at 42nd and Chester. It's right in the same building as Crust Vegan Bakery, I believe. You're welcome. You all are so welcome. I hope that all of you have a stupendous year ahead. I'm going to go ahead and tend to the kitties that were so patient. Yes, Hattie was interested in the chrysocolla, but her favorite is always selenite. So she settled for me letting her play with the selenite on the floor. So your female kitties love these Reiki sessions too. Yeah, it's they're curled up cleaning each other. It's too adorable. Awesome. Yeah, lots of good food here in Philly. We want for nothing. We truly don't. Have a peaceful night to you too, Blue Sky. And cats are always a good source of fun. These two in particular, they are very amusing. They're also a good reason to get me out of bed at a reasonable hour every morning. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it an evening. Abundance of gratitude for all of you. The rest of the tarot for all 12 signs will continue being posted through the 3rd. So definitely check those out. Currently up are Scorpio and Taurus. And I have a little Gertie bun here reminding me that she wants to play too. So everybody have a beautiful night. Yeah. See you soon. Happy New Year and bye for now.